Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elusive Dick. I'm Marjorie.
I'm Barbara. Welcome back.
Today's episode is going to be a recap of our activities for the last week or two to update you all on our dating moments.
Yes, we've been saving. We haven't talked to each other.
And then we have a common theme that we're going to discuss, which we both accidentally fell into today.
On the elevator ride up.
So anyway, let's start in our usual. Barbara, what's new? What's the lineup?
The lineup. All right. Well, I need your advice. Again, I've been saving. I didn't want to call you because I want to do it on the podcast. So the seal. I went away to...
Who I love, by the way.
What's that?
I love the seal.
I know, this is a good storyline. So I went away a couple of weekends ago with my girlfriends to Miami. Much needed, get out of the snow of New York, the freezing cold, sun, fun, just with girlfriends, not really, worrying about dating, not swiping, just taking a little break. So, of course, when you're away and not thinking about, any of this, then things happen. So, although I think I reached out to the seal, let's be honest. So I told him because I was probably lying by the pool with Mojitos and was a little bored. I was like, oh, come on. And, I'm going to San Diego next week where he lives.
Right.
And I had texted him 6 weeks ago saying, oh, I'm going to be in San Diego, blah, blah, blah. Right. And then we communicated, every couple of, over the next couple of weeks, hey, what's up? And he was on this sailing trip around the Channel Islands, preparing for some sailing across the Pacific Ocean next year or something with a friend.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. And then he had to go to DC for work. So we're talking about all this stuff. And I said, well, I'm so excited to come to San Diego. I'm naming all these things I want to do that I didn't get to do last year, like go to the La Jolla tide pools. It's supposed to be beautiful. So he writes back, oh, my daughter volunteers near La Jolla and blah, blah, blah. I would love for you to meet her.
Sure.
Okay, remember he was like, I would love for you to meet my mother.
Right.
All right, so now love for me to meet the daughter. P.S. Still has not said if he is going to be in San Diego next week. So I haven't texted him since Miami. So this is 2 weeks now. And I'm leaving in 3 days for San Diego. So what do I do? Do I just not say anything and just I'm there and then reach out? I'm not sure.
My initial thought is that I would send an email now saying with 3 days I'll be there. And that lays the groundwork.
Okay. Just short and sweet, hey.
Yeah, just FYI, I'm going to be there in 3 days.
Right.
And hope you're well.
Hope you're well. Now, hope to see you. Hope you're well.
No, I don't think hope to see you works in that situation.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Because we all know that Seal is privately in his head calculating his schedule. He just can't get it out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm. Right. He had told me he's skiing
and he's
this
more
week
on
with
a
brothers.
he's more on a spur of the moment.
Very.
Right.
Does not plan ahead.
Right. So I think 3 days is good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. All right. So I should reach out before I leave New York.
Absolutely.
Okay. I will.
Because we still like Seal.
Of course. He's fun.
Right.
He's good times.
So.
Good person. Okay.
And I think the fact that he volunteered his daughter in the equation means he's going to be there.
That's what my other friends have said.
Yeah, it's like code.
As we dissected this poolside over Mojitos, as one does.
Yeah, I think it's just Seal code.
It's Seal code, right. Talk about Elusive, though.
Yes, he definitely is our number one character for the Elusive
Gold
Award.
medal. Gold medal.
Maybe at our 1 year anniversary, we'll probably have a gold medal, a ceremony.
Yes.
And we should invite him in and say, here, you just
gold,
won.
silver, and bronze. We'll make a little podium.
Who would be bronze and silver? This would be interesting.
Yes, wait, I think now we're
definitely
onto
need to
something.
keep a count on that one.
Yes. All right, I like this.
Keep that mindful of what we're going to do.
Okay. But gentlemen, if any of them are listening, this is not something you want to strive for. We're just doing it for fun. All right. Anyway, so that was the seal update. And then the other funny thing was, like we say, when you're not really into it and, then the other ones out there kind of smell, someone's in your backyard. Then the fireman starts we hadn't texted in a little while. So again, I was on poolside. He starts texting, "What you doing? I'm at the firehouse around the corner from you. You want to come over?" Like, I'm in Miami, but wait, what? If I was home, go to the firehouse, that would be fun. So clearly I did not go to the firehouse, but then he friended me on Instagram or followed me or whatever. So now he just still cracks me up. He now sends me all these hysterical memes, kind of dirty, but really funny. He just still really makes me laugh.
But didn't he also call that he wanted to go away on a vacation with you?
Well, that was the other thing. During all this texting in Miami, yes, thank you for reminding me. He says, "Oh, Miami, send nudes, send bikini pics." Like, he's so funny. So whatever, maybe I sent a bikini pic, not a nude. And he's like, "We should go away somewhere warm together." I was like, "Yeah, we should." And then thinking he's going to drop it. Well, he didn't. He's like, "All right, when?" I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Can you go during the week?" Blah, blah, blah. I said, "Well, with some notice." I said, "Give me some dates." And then I'm thinking, this is definitely the end of it. Then he comes back with blah, blah, blah. I said, "Okay, I can make that work." And then I said, "Where?" That's where it ended. Don't know. But anyway, so I texted him today. He's going to, I said, "What are you doing tonight?" Because I thought, it'd be fun to see him. I haven't seen him, I don't think, since end of December, a couple of months. So he's like, "Oh, I'm flying to Tampa." I said, "Tampa? What are you doing in Tampa?" He's like, "Skydiving." Again, this is why I love this guy. He is so joie de vivre, just loves life, lives life, picks up and goes. This is what I really like about this guy. And I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
Okay.
So as we're texting today, I've asked him maybe 2 or 3 times already. And this guy is up for anything, clearly, like skydiving, whatever. The podcast, let me think about it. Let me give it more thought. I said, "What is there to think about?" I said, "You can be anonymous. I can give you some sample questions ahead of time." I said, "You jump out of airplanes, yet you have to think about coming on a podcast." So, and he, is like, "Ha, ha, ha, funny, funny." So I'm going to try to get him on, but I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, he's still very entertaining. Ginger was at the Olympics for 2 weeks in Milan. He is consistency award.
But he bores me for some reason.
I knew you were going to say that again. Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, I have nothing particular, but I just find him boring.
But because I knew you were going to say this, I really stopped to think, of the few that I'm seeing, what do I actually like about each one? And each one brings a different thing. Like Fireman is hysterical, just flies by the seat of his pants, up for anything. Then Ginger is very pragmatic, and he's smart, and he's good looking, and seems to have his shit together. And then the nurse, we will get to him because we also had a very fun week. And the nurse he's in a profession, and that helps people. So I'm all about that. I love that. And he's just very sweet and kind, and also fun and sexy. So, and also though, self-assured, he's in therapy. He kind of knows what he needs to work on. And Ginger also seems like he knows more, self-assured. And so saying all this, in contrast to my prior 2 long-term relationships with men my own age, P.S.,
yeah,
night and day. I mean, granted, I don't know these gentlemen as well as obviously when I was in these long-term relationships, but it just appears they have their shit together more.
Well, that's nice.
So that's what's attractive about, and then they each bring their own thing. I don't know. Ginger's consistent, and we talk about various things outside of just, sex, like fireman, sending silly memes, which is fun. But each one brings something different to the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then Ginger lives another week.
So Ginger lives another week. But now Ginger's going back to Florida for a month. So, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But he's consistent, so we'll see.
Okay, I'll give him that.
Okay. I mean, well, clearly we're going to discuss that if some are not consistent and fall off the face of the earth.
That they do.
Wait, do you want me to tell you my funny story? Or do you want to give your update first?
Your funny story, you should wait, because I think it chimes in perfectly with my story.
Okay, please. I want to hear your update.
So
we're overdue.
So in my world, Port Authority, who started out with a bang.
Total bang, yeah.
Went out in a whimper.
What happened?
I've never met somebody who was so into me and then had no ability to make any time for me. Like, there was just not even a moment for coffee. Like, so I just got to the point where I was like, either you're married. I basically said it to him out, directly. I was like, are you married? Or like,
right, that's
like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, he says, whatever. But, I just had that kind of gut feeling. So I wrote him a text yesterday and I said, you know what? I get a funny feeling. I don't know what it is. But you know what? If you ever get your shit together, call me. But if not, we're done.
And did he respond?
He said, thank you.
That's it?
That exclamation point.
Oh. An emphatic thank you. Wait, that's it?
That's
thank you?
It.
Thank you for what?
I think because I said, I wish you all the best, and I thought that's why the thank you came. I mean, I was like,
I wish you all the best.
When I looked at it, I went, really?
So all he took away was the I wish you all the best, not the get your shit together part.
Clearly.
What? And wasn't he one of the ones, because you have several that say, they don't make them like you anymore?
He was one of the two that said that. And then so that takes us to the retired contractor guy, who again was one who said they don't make you like women like you, blah, blah, blah. He went to Portugal for a month. Yes. And then he came back and I haven't heard a word.
But wait, rewind. But P.S., he invited you to Portugal, correct?
Yes, he invited me to Portugal. So
originally he was going to go for longer, but
3
then
months. And he moved it to 1 month.
But he's back, and
so I'm like,
so how do you know he's back?
He texted before he came back to say his flight was on the 20th. So I was like, oh, safe travels. Like, what else do you say? Then the ball is on your side and you say, Marjorie, do you want to get together? But he didn't. So I thought, okay.
And that's like a week ago now.
That's a week ago. And so Marjorie is not writing a text
because Marjorie and Barb do not chase people.
I don't chase, but let's be realistic. He was not on my top 10 hit of favorites. I was just...
You were trying something different because he was so nice.
Nice.
You're trying to break away from the past patterns.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that was kind of an interesting thing. Guidance counselor is still circling the pond. Give the guy an A for effort and the fact that...
What's he saying, though? Like,
he just wants to hang out with me and,
Yeah, I know.
But, it's
like... And have you? Look, you haven't seen him, in a few months?
In months now.
Months, yeah.
No. Accidentally, my dog got sick, so I had to cancel.
So you had a plan.
I had a plan.
Wait, did your dog actually get sick?
Yes, he actually.
Oh, all right. I thought maybe he got
an ear infection. I had to go to the vet. He had a fever, so I had to deal with it.
Oh, Copes.
Copester got sick or whatever. Sorry, so that kind of crimped the situation.
Oh.
Then I have an interesting one, which is this guy who is a real estate analyst. Smart guy. He lives in Staten Island, of all places.
Ooh, we're branching out. Other boroughs. I don't think we've had one from Staten Island yet.
So, interesting enough, we've been chitter-chattering back and forth and stuff like that. And then he says, I guess we should get together, even though it probably won't work out.
Wait, why would he say that?
Because he's just had such a negative experience. So I said to him, the glass is half full, not half empty. Like, at least give it a shot. So he says, let's go for coffee. So I'm like, fine, let's go for coffee. Well, of course, we have the blizzard and anything that it just didn't happen. So,
Again, let's go for coffee. It doesn't happen.
It's like maybe it's because you're in Staten Island. Going for coffee is bad. I have no idea. But anyway, the bottom line to it is now that I'm going on vacation, I said to him, he's like, well, we'll have coffee when you return. I said, why don't we take a page from Arena's conversation?
Yes.
And I said, Mr. Real Estate Analyst, why don't we live on the wild side and have a Zoom coffee?
Hey.
Next week while I'm in St. Martin, this way.
Yes.
And he said, okay.
He said, okay.
Yes. So that's 2 points there.
Okay. What's the over-under that this is actually going to happen?
I think it's going to happen because I instigated the concept of the Zoom thing. So more than likely it's going to happen, but it was interesting.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, let me just move the mark here a little bit with this one.
Okay.
Then we moved to another one, we've had that military theme.
Oh, yes. Well, yes. I was going to ask about Navy, but continue.
Navy is doing his business for the country, but he's fine.
Have you heard from him recently?
Yes, he's been checking in pretty regularly because he's been docked in Florida.
Okay. I was wondering because, all the movement into the Middle East.
He's not a part of the latest movement of
okay.
ships and other places.
So he's still in Florida.
Yes, he's still in Florida.
Okay.
So that's that. And then I found a new one, which is an interesting one, which is a mailman.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And now think about that. How does that make you feel, mailman, category-wise? It's just kind of funny for me.
Well, all I can think of is,
you know what I mean?
he better come out for coffee because isn't their motto through sleet, snow, rain, hail?
Well, I'll break you with that because on Monday's blizzard, he didn't go to work.
What?
So he just didn't show up. So that's not true.
That is not true. All right. To be fair, we had a snowstorm that's in like the top 10 of all time in New York City. Right. All right, we'll let that slide.
Anyway, yes.
Okay.
I think I find that concept of mailman boring. It's terrible that that was my initial feeling is that I thought boring.
Well, before I, said
like
what
Navy,
I said,
Navy
I feel
like sexy.
It's sexy. Yeah, mailman
is just not sexy, which is terrible. I feel
that. I feel the same way.
Okay,
however, we're in a new era for it. We are open-minded.
I am. I'm
Maybe he's got amazing stories. He could.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
He's geographically desirable because he's in the next town over. So that's
even
a
better.
So we'll give him that.
Wait, is he your mailman?
No.
Can you imagine?
First of all, if he was my mailman, he wouldn't date me.
Oh, what? That's a conflict of interest.
No, I can tell you. You want to know why? Because I'm probably the worst person. I don't like picking up my mail out of the mailbox.
Oh, so you're one of those the boxes overflowing.
The box is overflowing.
He'd be judging you.
I mean, I used to love the fact that my ex loved to pick the mail up, because I was like, I hate the mail.
I hate the mail. Well,
I don't mind looking at it when it's in there, and I don't care about paying the bills. But the act of going to the mailbox just doesn't work for me.
It doesn't do it for you.
I did not admit to this mailman that I'm that way.
No.
But so that was that.
Wait, this is hilarious. Have you been having good chats?
Yeah, we've been having nice chats.
Okay.
But he's also one that never married, no kids. So there's definitely both he and real estate guy are never married, no kids.
Okay. And they're our age-ish?
Ish, yes.
Yes.
They're more your age than my age.
Okay. Well, this is close enough.
Expanding.
You're expanding.
Oh, by the way, I met with one of my clients this morning.
Yeah.
And she's been single for 1,000 years. And so I said to her, are you dating? And she's like, oh, I'm kind of sick of the whole thing of dating and stuff like that. She's like, because she likes active men. She loves being hiking, biking, water, whatever, adventure. So I said to her, what do you think? I said, open up the dating range. I said, why are you dating 50-something-year-old people, 60-year-old people? Go to younger. So she said she'll try. So we'll have an update on where that comes.
Look at the fairy godmother of dating. Strikes again.
You know me.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how she makes out.
So that's my general scoop of where I am. But But we mentioned this in previous episodes that I had a doctor phase. I've had a trifecta of doctors.
3, right.
So doctor number 1, and this is where I need help.
Doctor
So
number,
anybody
this is
who
like way back.
I kind of feel like Irina should be here too.
Yes, yes. Let's channel Irina. What would she say? All right. So what happened?
So the doctor number 1. Ding, ring, ring, ring. Goes the phone, and I'm like, yellow. And he called to tell me that he's divorced. He's like, Marjorie, I finally did what you told me to do after all these years. I divorced her. I've been divorced now for 2 months.
Oh.
Would you like to come to Florida?
What?
Could you make it up? No.
What? Wait, how long ago was it?
Last week.
Oh.
I was dying to tell you, but then I said
I'm
to myself,
so glad you saved it.
And I said,
wait.
I said, no, this I need like real facial looks.
Wait, stop. So,
Yes.
not even, do you want to get together for coffee first
No.
after all? Because this was how many years ago, you guys?
Well, it's
decades.
It's way before Doctor 3.
Yeah.
It's before my husband, so
Yes.
he's dead
So
for
decades.
It's decades. Now,
But he's been your client, though.
No, he has been my client in about since 22, 23.
Okay, but you've been in touch because he was your client.
Well, we
over
were
the
out of
years.
touch. I basically fired him and stuff like that. So since 23, we really haven't spoken.
Okay. But now he's divorced and wants you to come to Florida with him.
Yes.
And how do you feel about this?
That's why I'm confused, because at the end of the day, does it pay to go back again?
Well, I was going to say, this is what you always say is no going back to the well. There's a reason why it didn't work out the first time. Yeah. But if this is decades ago, what was the reason why it ended with you guys initially?
Well, this is a funny story. Again, in the adventures of Marjorie in her younger years, which there should be a book that should come out of that chapters. I was actually working at the time for Arthur Andersen.
Yes. And
I was planning some big social function for them as part of my job there.
Uh-huh.
And I ended up cutting my finger on a bagel.
Oh.
Like, doesn't everyone?
Yes, it's dangerous.
So I cut my finger.
Uh-huh.
I go to the emergency room with my current date, my current boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And he takes me to Metropolitan Hospital in the city on the Upper East Side. And we go in there, and it's disgustingly dirty. So I say, I'm not staying here. Let's go to Lenox Hill.
Yeah.
So we go to Lenox Hill. They, all of a sudden, I see this man swoosh by with his jacket on and his scrubs.
Oh.
And he goes, come. So he puts me in the hallway and looks at my finger, and he's like, we'll stitch you up. I said, I'm not going to be stitched up in the middle of a hallway, like in a room. So he puts me in this room, mind you. There's blood on the wall. So he pulls the bed away from the wall. He's like, don't touch the wall. So he fixes my finger, and as payment, what he does is he stitches my finger up. But as payment for my freshness, he wraps my thumb into this big thumb that's sticking out those
like a Mickey Mouse hand.
Like when you go to the games that people have. Those, it's like this long.
The foam thumb.
So then he's like, come back in whatever days, and we'll take your stitches out. I said, okay, fine. But while I was in there, he asked me what my profession is. I told him I do taxes and things like that. He said, can you do my return? I said, sure.
Oh, that's how this started?
And that's how this started. So anyway, then I did the return, and I brought it to him. We met up, and he was like, Marjorie, let me just be honest with you. I do not want a relationship.
Oh, okay.
I just want sex.
Oh, all right.
He's like, I don't want to offend you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, can you live with those terms? I said, game on. Fine with me.
Like, why not? Okay, great.
It gets better. So, mind you, I go to Lenox Hill and I end up getting my stitches out. It wasn't him who took them out. So I get my stitches out. I go back home and ring, the phone goes and it's him. And he's like, do you want to come over to my apartment? I said, sure. Where do you live? So he lived on the 85th Street on the east side. I said, fine. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to play with this motherfucker.
I love it.
So what did Marjorie bring? Marjorie put on this beautiful, like, corseted.
I was just going to say, you went over
with
lingerie
stockings.
with like a trench coat.
Girl, no trench coat. A fucking full-length mink coat.
Oh, God. Excuse me. Dang, girl.
Girl, if you're going to go big, go big.
Go big or go home,
Go
baby.
big or go home.
Stop
So
it.
I show up.
Good for you. I love this.
So I show up at his apartment. He opens his apartment door, and I open up my jacket, my mink coat, I should say.
Yes.
And I'm like,
hello.
Hi. And so he said, oh, okay. And we go inside, and he asked me if I wanted something to drink. I said, no, that's fine. Let's go to the bed.
Yeah.
So we go to the bed, do our business. Marjorie gets herself up, puts back on her coat, and just walks in and goes home. I didn't say boo.
You didn't say anything.
I said nothing. I thought if you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you twice over.
You're like, oh.
Game on.
Exactly.
He did not know what to do with that.
I love this. I love it. That's the best.
Now you know I had to reserve it for this story. For this
is so good.
For the podcast.
This is so good.
So he calls me and he's like, you just left.
Was he like, what just happened?
And I said, you said it was for sex only.
Right,
like,
that's what you wanted.
Like
Very clear.
He's like, I thought we would talk. I'm like, talk about what? I'm like, why would we talk?
I can't.
That goes against what you want. Anyway, so that's how it started.
Oh my God. But then you ended up dating him?
I mean, we basically ended up,
Or you were fuck buddies?
We were fuck buddies, but we were friends. Actually, we became friends. And stuff like that. And I think he was stuck in the fact that I wasn't Jewish.
Oh,
that was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, once you kind of get into that routine, it's kind of hard to jump out of it and make a committed relationship. I don't think he was ready for that sort of thing.
Yep.
So we just could never get to that part of it.
The timing. Well, maybe now the time is right.
I don't know. But interesting enough, what I thought would be funny is if we could make this happen is we could put him on the phone and have one episode where we ask him questions.
Oh, yes.
Because I think this is like a good episode to hear what he has to say.
I would love to.
I know.
All these years later.
All these years. And interesting enough, this also is, I'll give it to him this way. He was also friends with my husband.
Okay.
They became friendly. Well, because we always stayed. I did his taxes and things like that, and we were always friendly together. And so when my husband was about to expire, he did come over and say goodbye to my husband.
Aww.
And so my husband said to him, you're going to come for my wife. I know you are once I go.
Stop.
I kid you not. I kid you not.
Wait, did Keith know the whole story of you and this doctor?
He certainly did not know the Mink Coat episode.
Okay, I don't know
no.
how much
No, he just knew that we had dated.
Okay.
We had dated.
Yeah, he knew high level.
So the doctor says, of course I'm coming for Marjorie when you go.
He said.
So Keith was dead about 6 months, and then he made his pitch. But his pitch was lame. So he was married.
I was just going to say, was he married then?
Yes, he was married.
So
And
he made a pitch
he
was married.
He made a pitch.
What was his pitch then?
This is good. I'm going to put my wife in Florida because she hates New York because it's too cold. And then I'm going to fly between Florida and New York. I'll live in both places. So you'll have me 50% of the time.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then she'll have me 50% of the time. And I said, no, thank you. You can't make it up.
He was serious.
Serious like a heart attack.
Jesus Christ. No, thank you, guy.
No.
Thank you, doc number one. We should get him on this. I have a lot of questions for this guy. Wait. So what did you respond to the Florida invitation?
He said, well, isn't it cold up there in New York? Don't you want to come and get warm and stuff like that? I said, I have a place in the Bahamas. I don't need to go to Florida.
Yeah, you do.
Then he's like, oh, you have a place in the Bahamas? Well, we could meet in the Bahamas. And I was like, why would we do that? He's like, well, don't you want to meet each other again and see, I'm divorced now. And you always told me to get divorced. You were right. I should have gotten divorced. We could see what each other looks like at these ages. By the way, he's 70.
Oh.
So he's 8 years old.
And you haven't seen him in 3 years?
I physically haven't seen him probably in 5 or 6 years.
Wow. Okay. So he's putting it out there.
He's putting it out there.
So what's your gut saying? Like maybe...
I think that's my point, is my gut doesn't have any opinion other than this is, again, like the world coming back around again.
Yes.
I mean, I have that sort of personality where people just return.
You do. So is he coming back to New York? Like he's just wintering in Florida?
No, he lives in Florida.
Oh. I was going to suggest that if he was a snowbird and was coming back, then, meet up when he's here. Easy peasy. Not get on a plane and be trapped.
I think my idea of us having him on the show and interrogating him a little bit is probably the better way to go. Because I don't think that I'm able to make that decision by myself.
Okay.
Like I need someone else to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready. That would be fun. All right. Well, see if he's up for it, please. We'd have a good time.
I thought so.
We could have him on and then fireman. We'd have a good time.
See?
All right.
So I saved this.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I like it.
But it's a good story, right?
It's a very good story.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, my funny, never comes back around to me, but this, again, things you can't make up. And I just, I found this so funny. So you remember The Liar?
Mm-hmm.
The first guy, when I, back in the dating pool after being,
right.
Intentionally single for 3 years. Not that good looking, whatever, but was so funny and blah, blah, blah. And then he ended up, it was around the holidays.
The Christmas, yeah, he was
the
in
Christmas, and he was like, oh, I'm home in Tennessee. But meanwhile, he was in Ireland.
Right.
That guy, The Liar. Okay. So, I'm on Hinge, swipe. And I see somebody had commented, they can comment on your photo without you guys matching. So it was him. Are you ready? One of my prompts or whatever on the profile, you can choose give me tips for, and I wrote an African safari because I still want to go. He responds.
I can do that for you, by the way, too.
Okay.
I have the best place to go for an African
good.
safari.
Well, then I can take that off because I get so many dumbass comments. This one being
and
the best.
we can go together actually and bring Haley, because if you want to bring your kid.
My kid, yeah.
Because Haley, I promised I would take on safari, which I've been on safari 3 times, so I'm very well versed in the safari thing.
I've never gone.
It's the best in the world.
I know.
I almost bought an African village. That's a whole nother story.
Let's go. Maybe we'll buy an African village. That didn't even cross my mind. Okay.
And one of my exes.
Wait, I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what?
That continent I've got under control.
Oh, all right. I've never been to that continent. Okay. This is. Yeah, I'm excited.
Good. I used to work for South African Airways. I'm on it.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Oh my God, we have some catching up to do. All right. Anyway, to finish off The Liar hysterical story that literally made me pee my pants. So he comments on my, give me tips for an African safari. He comments and writes, "Don't wear a steak jumpsuit."
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm like, should I just delete this because he's such an asshole? Because remember, he ghosted me at the end, the whole thing. Ridiculous. So I can't help myself. And I'm like, oh, and good content for the podcast, maybe. I write back, well, look who it is. And he goes, he's like, wait, what did he say? Anyway, he said, my memory is so bad. I literally was just looking at this to remember for this podcast. I said, well, look who it is. He goes, oh, I couldn't let a completely great retort, go unused or something like that. And I said, was so proud of myself. I said, oh, seems you couldn't come up with one for my comment to you about you're an ass for ghosting. Because remember, I did that, commented on him. I said, but it's okay. I said, it's made for great content for my podcast, The Elusive Dick, and sent him a link to it.
Get out!
He wrote back all caps, wow, and then deleted the conversation. I mean,
That's perfect.
how funny is that?
That is perfect.
I'm like, eat it, buddy. Freaking ass. I hope he listens. I hope he keeps listening.
First of all, you know that he listens.
Hi, AKA the liar, if you're out there.
Not bad.
Is that freaking funny or what?
I was when you said that there was a return visitor, I was like, he was not in my top like 5.
Look, he ghosted me. Literally ghosted me.
Well,
and then starts this dumbass conversation back on these apps. Yeah. Don't wear a steak jumpsuit. What? Yeah. I literally have no words. I was dying to tell you, but I saved it. You can't make it up. I swear to God. Oh, and then just today, last night on Bumble, someone swipes. I'm like, I freaking know this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, he was from my first time on the apps. Well, maybe second, but like 10 years, maybe 10 years ago. Same guy. Swipes, super swipes. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, he's a German physicist. Hey, German physicist, deja vu. He goes, yes. Ha ha. Are you still? And we lived like 3 blocks from each other at that time, like 10 years ago. And he goes, oh, are you still in the neighborhood? I said, oh, I moved. I'm a few avenues over. I said, you? He goes, yep. That's it. That's it.
Well, that's why he's a physicist.
I'm like, what? Weird.
People are getting weird.
But I can't. And then who else? Oh, and then today, the Latino photographer from the summer, he just popped into my DMs.
Okay.
Hi, Barbara. I haven't responded. He was cute, though.
It's the winter. I think they're like,
And it's Friday. I feel like Fridays, people like pop up. Although I did the same thing because I texted fireman today. So, I mean, it's fine. Like, I get it. Hilarious.
See?
Oh, my God.
So this is good.
This was good. Oh, well, you're going to St. Martin.
Yeah.
Are you going to be swiping in St. Martin?
I'm
Find some island vibes?
I think I'm going to do an island vibe, yeah. I think I'm going to swipe.
Hey, how Stella got her groove back. Remember that movie? Channel your inner Angela Bassett. And wasn't it Taye Diggs?
Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, my. Wait, you must. Now I'm like feeling this for you.
I know. I feel like, warm weather, beach, sand.
Yes, and we've been, the weather's been so bad here.
I'm going to move and to give an update also, our friend Lucille moved to Texas.
Yes.
And she has now moved her location swiping to Texas.
I know, we need
So
an
we will
update
be
with
hearing
her.
from Lucille because she's definitely getting back on the saddle for that.
No pun intended. The saddle in Texas. And it's got to be such a different crowd than New York.
Can you imagine? The cowboy boots?
Oh, yeah, I know. I want to hear.
I know. But maybe what we could do is fly to Texas and visit her.
That'd be fun. I want to go to a rodeo.
Yeah.
All right.
We can do that.
Oh my, we have to go to Africa. We have to go to Texas. But first, the island vibes. So we'll have lots to report back on. San Diego, St. Martin, island vibes. Yeah. Maybe on your way back, you should stop in Florida to see Dr. Number One.
No, not until he goes through the interrogation. I feel like I'm not safe and I'm not like equipped. I need help.
Do you think he'd be up for it?
I think if we say to him, that we don't call him anything other than doctor, that people can. Yeah. Why not? Listen, he's actively trying to get into my pants. The bottom line to it, he'll probably do whatever.
He should do anything.
That's right. It's a test.
All right. Well, maybe with fireman, I should say, kitchen's closed until you come on this podcast. Oh, sorry, I cracked myself up. We'll see. All right. Well, this was a very good update.
See?
Thank you for sharing and always making me laugh.
This is, again, why we do the Elusive Dick. It's the stories are hilarious. Like, you cannot make it up.
No, they need to be shared with the world. They really do. They can't just stay at the cafe over, the avocado toast and coffee. I'm sorry. It's too good.
And today I think we gave enough food for thought from everyone who listens in.
Yes.
They definitely will be chuckling from these stories.
Please, please. Everyone stay tuned. If you have any comments, want to share your own dating stories, we love to hear.
You're more than welcome to come on too.
Or if you want to come on and share, but you can reach us at the Elusive Dick Podcast at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Have a good day.
Bye.